And we're underway. Matt Caron wins the faceoff for the Little Red. Dumped into the zone by Vos. And right off the faceoff, we've got an offsides, and the faceoff will move right back out to center ice and the red line.
And right off the bat, big number 21 for the Raiders, Matt Job, taking a look at Nathan Vos, the big defenseman for Ithaca, who on that draw, after Vos dumped it into the zone, he turned around and just cross-checked Job right into the Massena bench.
In fact, I thought there might have been a call on that. I thought that's what the whistle was for. Raiders control the puck off the faceoff. Kevin Horan, he'll drop it over on the other side to Jeremy Sidden. Sidden trying to move it along the boards. He gets tied up by the forward. Caron does a great job. Right back it goes to the blue line, Emerson. Emerson dumps it deep, knocked away, and right back the other way comes Wood. Wood dumps it off the boards inside the Ithaca zone. In the corner it goes, and around the boards to Moore. Moore just moves it out to center ice. Racing for it there is Brett Huckle. He'll slide it into the Massena zone. After it there, the Raiders trying to come up with it, picking it up, and out to center ice. Job trying to flip it ahead, but it's intercepted by Emerson. He'll shoot from center ice, actually, and Meacham has to make the save and kick it up above into the glass behind the goal.
Looks like the, excuse me, Jerry, looks like the Little Red coming out trying to be physical. Maybe that's their style of game, but the first three hits all by Ithaca, good solid checks, and I suppose that's their game plan. Be physical against Massena, especially the defense, get it down low and make them turn the puck over down low.
Aaron Michaud will take the faceoff. Can't miss him with those white gloves, can you? Off the faceoff, Raiders control. Colin Lazare with it behind his own net, looking the situation over. Picks up a forechecker. He'll rip it around the boards to Ryan DeLille. DeLille gets it knocked away by Sylvester. Now they battle for it in the corner. Big scrum in the corner. The puck squirts free. Sylvester controls it. Trying to center it. He has it knocked away, and it's right in front of the net. And Michaud flipping it ahead. Raiders break it out of the zone. Here comes the shot by DeLille, and it goes off an Ithaca leg up into the screen behind the net. And we'll have a face-off, probably top of the circle. Nope, I think they're going to move it just outside the zone.
We mentioned Ithaca, somewhat of an upset. I think coming into yesterday's game, the experts would have said they would be favored over Bishop Timon out of Buffalo, but Timon springing the upset, and they will take on the MacQuaid Jesuit Knights in the second game of the championship.
You said the full name of Bishop Timon was what?
Bishop Timon St. Jude.
Bishop Timon St. Jude. Off the faceoff, Raiders control. Nick Toth with it. He passes over to his partner, gets it back again, Lazore, and into the zone it goes. Here comes Ramo trying to slide his way through. It's knocked away by defenseman Berkeley, and right back the other way comes Ithaca. In the zone, Abdulki trying to go wide, takes it in behind. He shoots it and missed the corner. Follows it in behind the net. Puck comes along the boards to the blue line, flipped in the corner, but Toth intercepts, and Toth starts out right side of his own goal. Here's Toth moving ahead on the wing, goes to Ramo, a little bit too far, intercepted there by Berkeley. Berkeley trying to flip it ahead, intercepted again. Here comes Massena. And the shot blocked, as getting a good opportunity was Whitcup. Back out to center ice, dumped right back in by Kevin Horan. In behind the net, Ithaca Little Red will pick it up. That is Berkeley. He'll dump it down the ice, and that will go far enough for icing. And the faceoff will move back inside Ithaca territory. 12:47 left in the period. It's our first period, and on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, it's 0-0. And already I think we're off to a better start than last night, Coach.
Much better. Look sharp and getting the puck down low, making the Ithaca defense doing some work. But I agree, Jerry, we look 100% better here in the early going than we did last night.
Off the faceoff in the Massena zone. Whitcup will take the draw for Massena. Goes back into the corner. After it there is the defenseman Emerson. Here's a shot from the point by Sidden. It's knocked off a leg. Puck in the corner again. Whitcup after it. Digging for it. Trying to flip to Catanzarite, but it's intercepted by Emerson. Moves it to the blue line and out to center ice. Here comes a 2-on-1 for Ithaca. Evans with it. Centering it. And it's knocked away at the last second. Raiders control. Levine doing a good job back checking. Breaking up that play. Raiders back into the zone. Back out again. Here comes Sidden, looking to headman to Whitcup. Whitcup barging his way through, but it's knocked away at the last second by the Ithaca defense. That was Nathan Vos. Right back out of the zone. Here come the Little Red as they move it ahead into the zone, and a nice check thrown there in behind by Kevin Horan. Horan lost his stick, kicks it around the boards, and the Raiders try to move it ahead. It comes to Catanzarite. Catanzarite on the headman. Long right wing pass intercepted by Vos. He'll dump it right back in the Massena zone. Kevin Horan back after it. He's recovered his stick. He'll move it on the wing. Trying to move it ahead, and out to center ice it goes. Picked up there on the defense by the Little Red. They'll dump it right back in the zone. Goes to the side of the net. picked up by Sidden. He'll rip it around the boards. After it there is Huckle. Huckle can't control. Raiders move it ahead, intercepted by Matt Karen. He turns it right back the other way. Poke checked at the blue line, and did it go out to center ice? It did. Raiders will dump it anyway, right back the other way. Here comes Ithaca's Karen. Karen's a good one. He slides it right across the goal mouth, and Job will pick it up for Massena. Steps by one check. Here comes Matt Job. Long headman pass. Nobody there all the way down the ice, but they'll wave off the icing as back after it is the defenseman. He throws it away in front. Here's a chance. Deflected right through the net and right across the crease, and right back the other way comes Adam Moore. Good opportunity for the Raiders. Moore trying to center it. Knock it into the corner by Huckle. Picked up there by Lazaire. Lazaire moving it ahead. Here comes Job. Headman pass. Converse right down the middle. Gets a shot up over the net. And the puck comes bouncing into the corner. Picked up there by Sylvester. Sylvester will break back the other way in on the off wing. Into the Massena zone. Trying to get by Toth. Toth forces him wide. Knocks the puck away. It bounces in front. Trickles right on. And Meacham is going to cover up for a face-off. 10:34 remaining in period number one. No score on the Corky's Collision scoreboard, and a pretty good hockey game.
A lot more energy, a lot more intensity, and typified just a second ago, right down in front of us. Matt Job just leveled number 5, Adam Hilkert, the big defenseman for the Little Red. Put him right on his backside, took the puck and stepped out in front and slid it across the crease, just wide of the far post, but he had Zanella beaten. But good hustle, good effort by Matt Job.
Face-off left side, inside the Massena territory. Misha takes the draw, tries to come up with the puck. It squirts right across the goal mouth. Where is it? In the slot, and I think Meacham's got it underneath him, and he'll hold on for the face-off. As the puck kind of just moved its way from the face-off, and when a little bit of a scrum actually came right in front of the net.
Yeah, and I expected Matt to jump on it because it was traffic. He tried to direct it to the corner with his with the stick, but he hit something and it redirected back in front and caught a break there because it bounced right back to him.
Off the draw, puck sits in the circle again. The Raiders can't control it. Goes in behind the net, and that shot taken by Carey, and he paid the price as he was knocked on his backside. Raiders try to move it ahead, can't clear the zone. There's a battle for it. In front of the net, here's a chance in front, the shot, big save, rebound, goes wide into the corner as Okama had a great opportunity, and he fired it right at the goaltender, and Meacham was equal to the task. Now the puck in behind the net as they battle for it there. Sidden throws a check, it goes to the side of the net, Sylvester has it, back to the point. It goes to Berkeley, he'll dump it right back in behind the net. There's a collision, it comes to Okama again. Okama behind the net, trying to move it free. Sidden takes him out of the play, Raiders control, and they'll move it out to center ice, but we have a whistle behind the play, and we're going to have a holding call against Massena.
Looks like it's going to be against Jeremy Sidden. Hole on the corner, and yeah, it is Sidden. No, it's number. Is that 24?
That's Sidden,
yeah, it is. Okay, it'd be called for holding. Just prior to that, the Raiders. Okama, as you called, was down low below the goal line, and Massena thought they were going to clear the puck up along the boards, but didn't clear the zone. The Ithaca defenseman kept it in and threw it down in the zone, and Okama was in behind the Massena defenseman, picked it up and walked right out in front of goaltender Matt Meacham, and Meacham came up with a big save.
Karen out there with Moore and let's see here, Sylvester.
Karen, he of the Sports Illustrated fame, 3 goals in 47 seconds last year in the state championship.
Off the face-off, the shot, big save by Meacham. Here's another shot, another save by Meacham. Puck goes into the corner as they move it around the horn. Karen out by the blue line. He'll flip it to the right at the point. Emerson's shot doesn't get through. It's cleared into the corner. Whitcup after. Whitcup bangs at it, tries to clear the zone, kept in at the point again by Emerson. Emerson moves to Karen. Karen's shot, and he fired it wide. It's going to go all the way around the boards and roll on end into the Ithaca zone. Back after. Here comes Ithaca, knocked down at the blue line, but nobody there for Massena as Levine threw the check. Here comes Paul Sylvester into the Massena zone off wing. Nice drop pass to Karen, knocked away. They battle for it there, and Whitcup dumps it down the ice. Good hustle by Robbie Whitcup. We're down to 42 seconds left of the man advantage. Emerson with it on the wing. They move it across ice. Here's Karen. He can dangle. He'll flip it on the other side to Sylvester. Sylvester drops back to Karen. Karen, sharp angle shot, knocked down in front. Raiders control, dump it down the ice again. Back come the Little Red to regroup in their own zone again as the Raiders make some penalty-killing changes. We've got Converse out there. He's got the puck. He's knocked off the puck. The puck bounces free, and it's picked up there. Abdulki will flip it in the Massena zone. Toth picks it up, rips it around the boards out to center ice, and all the way down the ice. Heads-up play there by Nick Toth.
I'll tell you, the Raiders have answered the challenge here today. They're hitting everything in sight.
Here comes Adam Wood rather, and he got the shot, but it was blocked as he stole the puck, and the puck trickles into the zone, and that'll take care of the penalties. The Raiders kill it off and do a good job doing so. Puck in the zone. Hilker has it knocked away, coming back after it. Here comes Ithaca turning it around. They'll turn it back the other way. French with it. He'll dump it down the ice, and somebody apparently touched it. They waved the icing off. Meacham will clear it into the corner. Picking it up there is Van Netterijn. Van Netterijn moves it along the boards, has it poke checked away. Here comes Massena back the other way. Headman pass. Michaud winds up the shot, and the save made by Zanella. Puck in the corner. Picked up there. And another shot comes from the point before it got out of the zone. It'll go around on the other side. Van Netterijn, he'll move it ahead to the blue line of Massena. Raiders will pick it up and gather it in there. That's Colin Lazaire. Lazaire moving it along the boards to Michaud. Michaud upended. Lazaire follows, trying to clear the zone. He can't. Puck bounces free, but here comes Massena. Ramo, headman, Michaud winds it up. The shot right on. Save made. Zanella doesn't know where it is, but he sits on it, and he'll hold on for the face-off. And with 7:11 in the first period left, our scoreboard remains 0-0, Corky's Collision scoreboard.
I'll tell you, the first 3 hits of the game were by Ithaca, but every one since then is by the Raiders. And those last 2 out there was Robbie Whitcup just leveling their big defenseman, Wes Emerson. And then on the power play, Chris Converse put, that was number 15, that's Mansour Abdulki. Abdulki went to the bench in pain. Just tremendous hits.
Karen will take the face-off against Whitcup off the draw. The red control and move it out to center ice. Here comes Adam Moore, 2-on-1. Moore skates in, fired it up over the net. Catanzarite after it there for Massena, can't control. Back to the blue line, trying to clear it, and he does. Out to center ice. Good job by Catanzarite. Now there's a battle just inside the blue line. Ithaca Raiders have it momentarily. There's a big battle for it. Now it's out to center ice. Picked up by the Raiders. Toth, right back in the zone it goes. In behind the net. No, that's not Toth. That's Brian Hatch who's out there. Excuse me. I thought it was 12. Okay, here comes Karen. Back the other way. Centering pass blocked. It bounces into the corner. Raiders pick it up, dump it out to center ice. Right back in the zone by Berkeley. Picking up at Brian Hatch. Here's Hatch skating out of his own zone. Takes it to the red line. Flips it ahead. Intercepted. And right back out to the neutral zone. Comes to the Massena line again. Flipped ahead. Goes to Wood. Wood poked away. Knocked away. Down the ice it goes. Icing will be the call with 6:13 remaining in period number 1. No score in the hockey game.
These 2 clubs got together back in December the 12th, I do believe, back in Massena, and the Little Red of Ithaca coming away with a 6-2 victory, had rolled out to a 4-0 lead, I do believe, and
That's
then the
right.
Raiders came back and made it 4-2, and then there was that backbreaker, that 65-footer, I think, that 5th goal that did Massena in.
Face off right side. It's Sylvester against Wood. Off the draw. Puck in behind the net. Kevin Horan looks on the wing. Job gets it right back again. Horan. He'll try the other side. Aaron Leduc. Leduc banks it. Hit the official with it. It's dumped right back in the zone. Leduc after it again. He'll take it on the other side. Leduc moving it along the wing. Job gets tied up. Leduc will flip it on the other side as the Raiders a little problem here clearing the zone. They still don't clear the zone as Okama flips it behind the net. Here comes Leduc again. Doesn't clear. Here's a shot from the point. Save made by goaltender Matt Meacham. Around the boards it goes. Raiders finally have it knocked away, but picking it up is Leduc. Looking on Job. Job takes it in. Centering pass in front. Converse can't get the shot off as he got whacked in the arm, I think. Puck comes in the clear in the corner. Wood picking it up. He's got some skating room. In the circle. Winds up. Shot saved by Zanella. Nice shot. Now Job after it. He flips it in behind the net. Picked up there on the Ithaca defense by Berkeley. To the blue line and out to center ice. Wood. He'll drop it back on the other side. Lazaire to an open wing. Intercepted by DeStefano. His pass intercepted by Lazaire at the Massena blue line. He looks for Converse at the wing. And I think we're going to have an icing call as Converse didn't even see it when it was going by him. He was headed for the bench.
Right, headed for the bench, and Brian Lazaire didn't realize that. The pass was intended for Converse at the blue line, but he let it go, and he should have just put the stick down and redirected it into the zone and would have avoided the icing. But I'm really impressed. Massena coming out after getting shellacked yesterday. They've come out and answered the bell here in this first period, Jerry.
Oh, they sure have, and let's hope they can keep it up for 3. 4:59 left in the first period off the face-off movement. They'll blow the whistle and do it again.
Raiders, again, nothing this week until next weekend where they host their own tournament. And
that's correct.
Seton, who else is in that tournament?
It's going to be Canton and St. Joseph's. Yeah, Canton, a late-minute replacement for Spalding, who pulled out. We'll tell you more about that when we get an opportunity. Off the face-off, Nick Toth with it behind his own zone. He moves it ahead. A little bit too far, intercepted there by Horn. Back to the Massena line, Colin Lazaire. Lazaire gathers it in, picks it up, takes it behind his own net, trying to flip to Ryan DeLille. DeLille and Lazaire in the corner sparring for it with a couple of Little Red players. The puck squirts free. Where is it? In the corner. Nobody knew where it was. Comes in behind the net. French in the corner looking to tie it. Lazaire's got him tied up. The puck squirts free. Cleared long into the circle. There's still a battle for it. Finally, Lazaire gathers it in. It'll come to the other side. Here's Lazaire, left side, out of the zone. Lazaire, headman pass on the wing. That's going to be an offsides as DeLille crossed the blue line before the puck did.
The Raiders' defense have got to do what just Colin Lazaire did and Nick Toth prior to that. Ithaca's picking up the wings, and they're leaving the middle open, and they're sending basically a one-man forecheck if they're not in low cycling. So Massena's got to go D to D, and that defenseman's got to start coming up the middle, lugging that puck a little bit more because he's not challenged. And when you're challenged, then move the puck.
Off the face-off. Puck trickles to Massena. The Raiders will pick it up. Here's Ike Bogosian flipping it ahead. Has it knocked away. The puck comes to Catanzarite. His shot didn't get much on it. It goes wide. Robbie Whitcup goes to Catanzarite. Back to Whitcup in the corner. Whitcup back to Catanzarite. Has it knocked away. And back here comes Callanan down the right wing side. And he had it knocked away by Sidden. Puck in the corner. There's a battle for it behind the net. I think we got a delay penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be
Tripping.
Against number 5, Ike Bogosian, I do believe. He upset Jack Young right in front of the net, and the official right there.
Ike will get the call for tripping and go to the sin bin with 3:45 left in the period. No score on the Corky's Collision scoreboard in a very good hockey game.
Good hockey game, 3:45 as you mentioned, up and down. Both clubs having some good chances. Ithaca coming right out and throwing the body around the first couple minutes, but since then it's Massena laying the lumber on and playing with inspired intensity, and I think they haven't got those bus legs today, Jerry.
Certainly not. They're playing a lot better than they played yesterday. Karen will take the face-off against Job. He wins the draw back to the point. Huckle goes back. They move it to Emerson. Emerson centering pass in front. Where is it? Meacham's got it, I believe. Yep.
Ithaca using what many clubs have against Massena this year, that umbrella power play, and the Raiders were having trouble with it early in the season, but I think they've worked a little bit more on their diamond penalty killing and kind of taking away that top man up at the top.
Karen and Job face off again. Job trying to flip it ahead. He wins the draw that time to Wood, and Wood skates it out of the zone. He's still got the puck. And nobody's challenging him, so he's going to waste a little time ragging the puck. He'll drop it back to Sidden. Sidden flips it down the ice and actually goes into the Ithaca bench. And we'll have a face-off probably just inside Massena territory.
Ithaca pretty successful when they played up in Massena, 2 for 4 on the power play, and that's 50%. You certainly want to reduce that. And,
absolutely.
The Raiders have killed off one power play earlier in the period. Let's see what they can do with this one with 1:10 left in the penalty.
Karen will take the face-off against Adam Wood this time. Off the draw, Wood wins it, flips it ahead. Picked up there by Brett Huckle. Huckle will circle back to Emerson. Wood just bothering him. Wood comes up with a puck, whacks it, has it knocked away. The puck just in front of the bench. Now it goes to Emerson, and he'll look to move it ahead. Flips it just inside the blue line as they move it ahead. Sylvester with it, cuts right through the middle. Here's a shot up over the net as Huckle fired it in behind. Picked up there. It comes back to Karen. Karen, top of the circle, back to the point. Emerson cranks it. Save made. Rebound. Wood backhands it down the ice as Meacham makes the save. 30 seconds left in the man advantage. Big Job after it for Massena. Into the boards, battling for it. He gets tied up. Emerson and Job go together, and finally it comes to Karen. He'll move it ahead to Sylvester. Down the ice they go into the Massena zone, bouncing away and back out to center ice as the Raiders clear it again. Tubolino doing a good job out there penalty killing for Massena. Now Karen with it. Karen dangles across the blue line, dangled one too many times and caused an offside.
You'll hear Jerry call that name a lot, Wes Emerson. He's not very big, 5'10", 175, but he's a force out there for Ithaca. In fact, in that first game up in Massena, he had a goal and 3 assists assist. That time, they fed him back at the point. He stepped down from about 40 feet and really drilled one. But the key that the Raiders cleared out in front allowed goaltender Matt Meacham to see it, and he had it all the way.
Off the face-off. Raiders are 7 seconds away from killing this one off. DeStefano just flips it into the corner Massena zone. Aaron Michaud after it. Penalty elapsed. Raiders. Michaud has it knocked away, but picking it up there is Ryan Ramo. Ramo circles behind his own net. He'll wrap it around the boards. Ike Bogosian flips it ahead. Not out of the zone. There's a battle along the boards. Bogosian is in there. There's bodies flying. Lots of bodies. There's going to be a penalty on Ithaca. And that is going to be, let's see here, number 13,
Luke
yeah.
Callanan.
Callanan gets the penalty. And that's definitely a hit from behind.
No
It's pretty
question.
obvious even up here to us.
Scrum along the board just inside the blue line, and players fishing for the puck, and I think it was Bogosian there, and Callan came along and he hit from behind. They're going to probably call him for a cross-check. We'll wait and see, but this will be the first power play for Massena. They didn't have much success last night. In fact, they didn't score any goals. That's not much success.
Well, they didn't have too many power plays.
No, they didn't. 6 for 65 on the power play this year.
That hurts.
That hurts, 9.2%.
That's not good. Off the face-off, Okama dumps it deep in the Massena zone. In behind the net it goes. And in the corner, around the boards, picked up by the Raiders. They move it out to center ice. Here comes Converse. He'll take it in. He's got Michaud with him. Converse gets by the D, takes it behind the net. Converse looking to flip it ahead to Whitcup. Whitcup gets tied up along the boards. Converse coming in to help out. Whitcup and Abdalki there. And they battle along the boards as the seconds tick off. But finally, Michaud back to the point to Nick Toth. Toth going on the other side, gets it right back again. Winds up through traffic, it's blocked. And right back come the Little Red. Trying to clear the zone, they don't. And the Raiders are going to be called for a slashing call, I believe. Adam Wood, yeah, that'll nullify the penalty.
Oh, boy. And, again, we talk about on the power play and in the offensive zone taking those penalties. And Adam, he's got to learn. You can't do that. I know the coaching staff will, just in his zest and his aggressiveness to get to the puck, but you can't take those penalties up in that offensive zone. But 1:14 left in the first period, no score. The Ithaca Little Red, the number-ranked, 7th-ranked team in the state, taking on the Red Raiders, and it's been an action-packed and a hard-hitting first period, Jerry.
How do you call it, hook and tong, or no? You've got a phrase for this type of a game.
Hammer and tong.
Hammer and tong. That's the way it's been.
Yeah, it has been a good, hard-hitting game, and some discussion. Coach Latham questioning the official. I'm not sure what it was, but
from what his perspective behind the play, he may not have seen it, but we could see it very well up here. He got him right in the arm with a slash.
And he might have. Let's see if they only put 130 up there, so I thought maybe he was questioning. There was an additional. Oh, yeah, I think he's going to get a misconduct because somebody else is going in the box. No, not. Yes, they are. The gate's open. No, it's closing.
No, that's just Captain Nick Toth over there talking to him. I don't know what.
Well, that's not the good. At least from up here, from a broadcaster, when you see the gate open and somebody going to,
there's another penalty.
There's another penalty, but I don't know. I have no idea what the discussion is. But anyway, each team playing a man short
for the next 48 seconds, and then mini power play for Ithaca. Off the face, deep into Ithaca Tournament, into Ithaca end. DeLille rather after it, can't catch up with it. Puck comes to the blue line, kept in there momentarily by Toth. Now back out to the neutral zone. Ramo is there to dump it back in. Raiders have to get onside though, and here comes Karen. Oh, he can dangle. Here's Karen in on the off wing. He stops. Waits, flips it over on the other side. Here's the shot knocked down. Vos didn't get much on it, and we have another penalty. And who is that on? Against Massena, but I didn't see it.
It is. It's going to be against Massena, and Kevin Horn is going to get the gate. Oh, boy. Matt Caron, you mentioned his name a lot, Jerry. We mentioned Sports Illustrated last year in the state championship game that the Ithaca Little Red won. He scored a hat trick, 3 goals in 47 seconds, and he's a dandy out there. 6 foot, 190-pound senior, and he really is a magician with that puck on his stick. And the Raiders in a deep hole here.
Boy, I'll tell you, it's a 4-on-3 power play for 26 seconds, and then 5-on-3.
See, Nick Toth is out there along with Ryan Ramo and Aaron Michaud to kill it off. And
Matt Caron will take the face-off. No big surprise there.
big number 12 back at the point.
Oh, yeah.
That's Emerson, and who's on the other side? Is that Abdulki? I can't make out that.
That's Sylvester on the other side.
On the other side?
Yep. And now they're discussing the situation. Oh, they got to have somebody to go in there to open the door.
That happened last night.
Yeah.
They had to call time and get somebody in the penalty box.
Faceoff will be in the circle to the left of goaltender Matt Meacham. Michaud will take the draw. Off the draw, goes into the corner. Michaud picks it up and dumps it. Didn't get it out of the zone. Took a funny bounce off the glass. Back to Sylvester at the point. Skates into the circle. Knocked away. Raiders don't clear the zone. Had an opportunity to. Emerson keeps it in as the Massena forward just, I think, kind of panicked. Now the puck in behind. They try to wrap it around. They get the shot off. Meacham's got it. Now knocks it away to the blue line. Not out of the zone again. The Raiders with an opportunity to clear can't do it. Puck in the corner. They got a two-man advantage. 24 seconds left in the period. Raiders trying to just get in that diamond. Keep it wide. Here's the puck in front. Goes in behind. Bounces free. They play and score a goal. Sylvester gets the goal from in front of the net as the puck was shot behind the net and bounced caromed off the backboard in front right till Sylvester. And they get a power play goal with a two-man advantage to go up 1-0.
Tough break for the Raiders. Brett Huckle off to the right side took a shot and it bounced. It went directly behind the net, hit the dasher in the back, and came right out to the other side till Sylvester. And before Matt Meacham could recover to get across the post, Sylvester put it in. But getting back, the Raiders had 3 opportunities to clear the zone, Jerry, and easy opportunities, and didn't get it out, and it backfired.
That goal coming at 14:56. Off the draw, the puck backhanded up into the stands, and we'll do it again. 11 seconds left in the man advantage. I'll tell you, the Raiders would have had to kill off some more two-man advantage, but like you said, if they'd been able to clear the zone on any one of those occasions, they probably could have run this period out.
I agree, and they had the opportunity, little things like that, but it backfired.
And the Little Red get the goal. 1-0 the score. 8 seconds left in the man advantage. Raiders just looking now to run out the time. The puck still in the Raiders zone. Moving it 2 seconds, 1 second. That'll take care of it right there. So the first period ends with the Little Red getting a goal at 14:56 on a two-man power play with Sylvester from Huckle and Karen and a 1-0 score. Raiders still killing a penalty for 35 seconds. Joe picks it up and dumps it down the ice into the zone. Picking it up and out to center ice. Wood steals again, dumps it deep. And we're down to 25 seconds in the man advantage. Now the Little Red moving it ahead to the Massena line. Huckle will move it down the right wing side, centers it, goes off a leg in behind the net. Puck rips around the boards. Karen gets tied up by Job. They battle there, sitting, it squirts free. Back to the blue line. Picked up till Sylvester. He'll go on the other side. Here's a shot and the save made on Huckle. Huckle took the shot, didn't get a lot of wood on it, and it was chest high, and Matt will make that save every time.
The flow was to the right side, and the Raiders shifted there, and Ithaca did a good job swinging it across to the open side, and number 21 out there, it is... Brett Huckle,
yeah.
All alone that side, took a shot from about 40 feet out, but got it up high, and Matt Meacham, no problem handling. Pace off to the left of Meacham.
3 seconds left in the man advantage. The penalty to Kevin Horan. 14:24. We're just underway here in the second period. 1-0. Ithaca leads on the Tiffany's Restaurant scoreboard. Off the draw, it's Karen with it behind the net. Circles into the circle, centers it, but it's Job intercepting. Moves it ahead to the blue line. Out to center ice is Horan coming out of the penalty box. Got a piece of it. Now it's Karen back out to center ice, moving it ahead. Intercepted Wood. Wood takes a whack at it, takes it across. Here's Wood. Nice move. Gets by one. Gets by two. Gets a shot off. Actually a pass right across the goal mouth. Job was too well tied up, though, and couldn't get a stick on it. Right back comes Huckle. Into the Massena zone. Shot. Meacham save. He holds on for the faceoff.
Nice move, by Adam Wood, as you mentioned. Got by one, got by two on that right side, and thought he had Matt Job open on that left side. He did for a moment, but number 3, Lauren Berkeley, the big defenseman, came back at the last second and had Matt Job tied up. A nice play, nice offensive move by Adam Wood.
Now we've got Michaud coming out to take the face-off. Michaud against Sylvester, left side in the Massena zone. It comes to Lazare. Lazare back into the corner. Here's Lazare winding out. Takes it right up the middle. Here's Lazare. Moves it ahead and dumps it deep. Is that what you were talking about?
That's exactly what
right
I was
up the
talking
middle.
about.
And the coaching staff, I'm sure, noticed that. Back Sidden. His shot goes wide. bounces off the backboard. After it there is Lauren Berkeley, moves it along the boards. It trickles by, and it's stolen and dumped in the corner again. It's going to come to Ryan Ramo. Ramo centers it back to the point. Colin Lazaire winds up. His shot goes off a leg, goes to the other point. Sidden cranks it up and dumps it in the corner. Here comes Ramo trying to circle, has it knocked away on the defense, and around the boards it goes as they try to get going, and it trickles into the Massena zone. Sidden backhands it, has it knocked down, has to come back after it again. Here's Jeremy Sidden with it. Sidden moves it out on the right side, headman pass. Ramo trying to get the pass, can't catch it. He'll chase it in the zone, but it's knocked by him out to center ice. Lazaire again. Lazaire has it dumped in the zone. Lazaire gets it back, trying to headman. It'll be Horan following up on the play. Kevin Horan with it. He'll wind it by and flip it in the corner, in behind the net. After it there, the Little Red trying to clear the zone. Kept in the zone again by Catanzarite. Puck goes in the corner. After it is Whitcup in behind the net. Robbie with the puck now drops it to Catanzarite, right side in the corner. He'll drop it back in for Chris Levine. Levine gets tied up in behind by Karen. Now the puck squirts free. Levine again. He gets by the check. Here's Levine taking it left corner. Levine looking. Dumps it back in the corner as the Raiders try to cycle. Here's Robbie Whitcup around the boards. Whitcup has it knocked away by Abdulki out by the blue line, but Levine keeps it in. Nope, it's trickled out to center ice. Horan moves it over to Toth. At the red line, he'll dump it right back in the zone. Goes in behind the net. Brian Horn with it for Ithaca. Flips it around the boards. It bounces free in front. Here comes Catanzarite. His shot goes in behind the net. Here comes Levine. Centering pass right in front. Knocked away. Picked up there on the defense. That's Van Niederrhein. Van Niederrhein trying to kick it ahead, and it just gets out to center ice. Raiders control again. Here comes Sidden. He'll take it across. He ran into his own guy, Levine, and the puck knocked back out to center ice. Now Toth will flip it the other way, and in behind the net it goes. Brian Horn. Horn picks it up, flips it to the blue line. Kept in by Job. Job dumps it in the corner. In behind the net it goes. Picked up again around the boards. Kept in by Sidden nicely. Sidden flips to Job in the corner, trying to go to Wood. Knocked away. Wood goes after it. Now a hard check thrown by Job, but the puck trickles out to center ice. We have a whistle. And Job's going to be called for charging. Oh, boy.
The Raiders, a sustained pressure, the best that we've seen in 2 days. They had Ithaca bottled up completely in their own end on 2 shifts out there, and I didn't see the call, but it is a charging call, and it happened behind the play, again, in the offensive zone, and you hate to see penalties taken in that offensive zone. But
I would disagree with that call. Charging, you've got to take steps in order to. This was a check, a hard check, no doubt about it, but they're going to call him for charging, and I don't know.
Oh, I think you're probably right. I didn't see it, but I know that the captain, Nick Toth, is out there with instructions from the bench to ask the referee about, I'm sure, what you're referring to. But again, I didn't see it, Jerry, but I did see the Ithaca player flat on his backside. Again,
it's all in, how far did he go? How, did he take 5 or 6 steps and lay him out, or did he just check him? That's the key.
Talking about Raiders intensifying their forecheck, which they did in their cycling, which they did, and it was good sustained pressure. The only other piece of the puzzle they got to fit in there is to get some shots on goal.
There you go.
They're not getting that shot, but just a great effort of that. Started with that Whitcup, Catanzarite, and Levine group and continued on. Just an excellent job, and they had Ithaca just trying to bail themselves out, trying to ice the puck, and they couldn't.
Face-off will be just outside the Ithaca zone. The Little Red going on the power play here. Wood out there to try to kill it along with Nick Tubolino. Toth and Sidden will be the penalty killers. Off the face-off, Little Red control in their own end. It's Wes Emerson. Emerson, he can move the puck, and he dumps it ahead. On the wing it goes till Sylvester, and actually he ran into the official, and that caused the offside.
Ithaca does a nice job, again, of stretching that wing over there. When you do that, you stretch the defense, and I think the Raiders could be effective on their power play if they do that a little bit more. That defenseman looks up, and he in that neutral zone, he finds that wing on that far side. That time, the winger stepped over the blue line before he received the pass.
Face-off just outside the zone, off the draw. Puck controlled by the Little Red as they move it ahead into the zone. And there's a battle in the corner. And the puck comes in behind the net. Ithaca controlling. That's Moore with it, trying to drop it back to the point, and it's kept in there to Emerson. Here's a shot, right on, save made. Rebound goes into the corner. Good save by Meacham. Back along the boards. And the Raiders trying to clear the zone, and, well, actually Ithaca cleared it for Massena out to center ice as a couple of players fell down. Right back across the blue line. Karen winds up his shot. Ooh, big save by Meacham. Oh, boy, and it almost went in the zone. Back to the blue line. Wood, he's going to have a partial breakaway. No, he's not. As the goaltender, Zanella, came out, made a great play. Poke checks it to center ice. Now across the blue line. Here comes Ithaca. Michaud steals it. Michaud rips it around the boards, and it bounces into the corner. Controlled by the Little Red as they make some changes here. Evans flips it in behind the net. Moore right in front to Evans. His shot. Big save. Meacham again. A big save on the power play. And the puck cleared around the boards by the Raiders. Here comes Michaud, and he'll dump it down the ice. Taking the pressure off. Huge.
Excellent saves, and that's what you need. It's the key save at the right time, and he made two of them right there. Captain Matt Meacham.
Now the puck goes deep in the Massena zone as the penalty elapses right now. Down the ice it goes. That'll be ice. No, they wave the icing off, and the Raiders kill it off. And I'll tell you what, a lot of things happen to kill that penalty off. Raiders still have it in the zone. Whitcup, he's checked. Puck goes in the corner. After it, picked up there by Horn in behind. Now Ramo throws a check. The puck squirts free. Horn comes up with it again. Now DeLille whacks at it. Goes high on the glass in behind the net. They battle for it there. Ramo is there. DeLille, the puck squirts free, and it's picked up again by the Little Red, and they'll just bounce it to center ice. Lazaire flipping it ahead. Back to Whitcup. Whitcup dumps it in the corner. After it is Brian Horn again picking it up. Under 10 minutes to go in the period. Back to the blue line. Horn steps into it. Can't control it. It's out to center ice. Lazaire is there to flip it ahead. And I think it hit the Massena player coming out, so we're going to have a face-off. So I want to take a moment here. We've mentioned Aaron Michaud's white gloves, but I want to just say hi. I was talking to his mom, Brenda, earlier, and she said, say hi to my mom. So to Brenda Michaud's mom, hi.
Hi, Brenda Michaud's mom. I'll say hi also. And those white gloves, again.
They stand out, don't they?
They certainly do.
Face-off at center ice. 1-0, Ithaca leading on the Tiffany's Restaurant scoreboard. And I'll tell you what, when it's 5-on-5, the Raiders definitely holding their own today. And the puck goes to Hatch. Brian has it knocked away, but the Raiders come back and pick it up. That's Levine. Levine steps by a check, then gets tied up. Hatch follows, flips it ahead, doesn't clear the zone, sets in the circle. Finally coming back is Sidden. Sidden banks it to the blue line, kicks it ahead. Here comes Sidden trying to chase it down. He can't come up with it. It trickles to the blue line, and it's just out to center ice. Here comes Ithaca, but it's going to come to Hatch. Hatch flips it ahead. I think that will go far enough for icing. The whistle will blow, and we'll have a face-off back in Massena zone. 8:28 left, period number 2. 1-0 Ithaca. A power play goal and a 5-on-3 has been the only scoring in this game.
And getting back to that last power play, the Raiders almost had a great opportunity as Adam Wood blocked a shot from the point and tipped it by the defenseman and tipped a little too far. He would have won the race if it's just he and the defenseman, but Zanella came out of the net, made a wise choice, and just beat him to the puck.
And, of course, the goalie has to make that split-second decision. Here's Horan with it, around the boards with a problem. He comes back and picks it up after he lost it. Here comes Horan, trying to move it up the middle, out to center ice. Comes to to Job, knocked away from him. And back come the Little Red to the Massena line. And across the blue line, there's a scrum. It trickles in behind the net. Meacham's going to cover up and hold on for the face-off.
8:05 left in this second period. Massena trailing by 1-0. That goal coming very late in the first period. A power play goal by Ithaca. They had a two-man advantage. I think it was 14:56 the time of the goal.
Adam Wood will take the face-off for Massena inside Massena territory. Off the draw, puck comes back to the point. Here's a shot, save made. Meacham through traffic and picked up by Horan. Kevin Horan right up the middle. Headman pass goes to Job. Job takes it across, trying to flip it ahead. Here comes Wood. Backhand shot, save, rebound, clear to the blue line. And we have a whistle. And I think there's going to be a penalty for interference against the Little Red. And the Raiders will go on the power play. Great opportunity, best of the period for Massena.
Adam Wood with that backhander from the left side out about 15 feet. He's got a good backhander. Zanella made the save. Didn't see the call, but it is an interference call. Massena, their second power play, but the first one only lasted about 20 seconds. Let's see if the Raiders can do something on this one. Matt Meacham doing an excellent job in his defense, Jerry. They're doing a great job because they're moving the guys out in front, allowing them to see the puck, see the play. He's coming out on the white ice, being very aggressive, and his angles are very good, and that's getting big help from his defense.
Face off right side. Whitcup will take the draw for Massena. Off the face, back to Toth. Toth goes on the other side. Michaud shot right on, save. Wood goes after the rebound, can't come up with it. Now he's got it. We have a whistle. I think we got a man in the crease.
No, we got a penalty, I think. I think it's an elbowing call.
Oh, it is.
Oh, no.
It is. Job. Oh, they did it again.
Oh, boy, that drives coaching staff crazy. I look over and Coach Ed Latham's got his head down. He just can't believe it. I mean, they had a penalty power play in the first period, lasted 20 seconds. What did this one last? 8 seconds?
8 seconds.
8 seconds. Oh, boy.
And they had an opportunity.
You had the middle clog back to the point, and the defenseman cranking one up.
You know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and taking penalties, and you can't cross that line, especially when you're on the power play.
Especially in that offensive zone.
4-on-4. Siddon dumps it deep. Comes to Wood. Wood flips it back in the corner. After it, there's Matt Caron. Here's Caron picking it up, and he's building up that esteem. Here's Caron taking it in the zone on Siddon. Offsides will be the call.
Matt Caron, he is a dandy. We've talked about him many times. He centers that line with Adam Moore on the right side and Brett Huckle on the left side. There's no question that's their big unit. But Caron, 6 foot, 190 pounds, and he can really skate.
Of course, we're talking 4-on-4, more ice, and he took full advantage of that. Unfortunately, one of his teammates went offside on the other side.
Ithaca coming into today's game with a record of 13-7-2, and they're 7-3-1 in Section 3, Division 1.
Off the face-off. Here comes Horan with it. Takes it across the red line. Dumps it deep. Ithaca territory back after Wes Emerson. Almost lost it. Bouncing around. It goes in behind to Caron. Caron takes it behind his own net. Bothered by Ramo. Ramo pokes it away. Ramo with the puck now. Goes in behind the net. But it's picked up there by Vos. Now Michaud throws the check, throws the puck. Siddon pinches in, centers it. In behind the net off a leg, though. And the puck comes to Emerson on the other side. He'll look and dump it ahead to the blue line. Out to center ice. Huckle trying to barge his way through. Horan takes him out of the play, and Ramo picks up the puck. Ramo, headman pass to Michaud. Michaud, he'll dump. Into the zone it goes. Back after it is Nathan Vos again for the Little Red. Flips it on the wing to Huckle. Huckle moves it out to center ice. And the puck just trickles into the Massena zone as Sylvester taken out of the play by Ryan DeLille. Here comes Horan with it. Horan back to Lazaire. Lazaire has it knocked away. Back comes Ithaca into the Massena zone, knocked away, and it comes to Lazaire again. Collins had a strong game today, I think. Bangs it off the boards. Ahead to Whitcup. Here's Whitcup trying to just trickle it across the blue line. He's taken out of the play, and the puck squirts free, but it's kept in again by Lazaire. Now we're down to 5-on-5 again as both penalties have elapsed, and the puck goes into the Massena zone. Lazaire again flips it on the backhand out to center ice. Whitcup after it, has it knocked away. Back to the blue line, Massena. Hard check thrown there. There's a foot race for the puck. Picking it up there, it's Sylvester. He takes it into the corner. Squirts free. Whitcup ahead to DeLille, doesn't clear. Here's a shot right on. Meacham makes the save. The puck comes into the circle. Good job by Toth to tie Sylvester up. Raiders clear the zone. DeLille trying to move to Toth. Knocked away. Comes back trickling into the Massena zone, and it'll go in behind the net. Picking it up is Lazaire. Rips it around the boards for Levine. Levine has to go back to Lazaire again. He'll drop it to Levine again. Levine looks. Headman on the wing, and it bounced off Catanzari back in the zone, back out to center ice. Back to Lazaire in the Massena line. A headman trying to move it to Levine, goes by him. Is it going to be icing? Apparently not. Somebody touch it. Levine after it in the corner. 5 minutes even left. Raiders control behind the net. Here's Catanzari trying to go back to Levine. It bounces off the boards. Picked up there by Wood. Wood circles as it knocked away by the defenseman. The puck clears around the boards. Into the corner it goes. Coming back after it is Okama. Okama loses it. Here are the Raiders with a puck. Catanzari, Wood trying to center it, knocked away, and Okama can't clear the zone again. Here's Wood, turns it around, fires it, and it's knocked up over the net. Puck goes on the other side. Brian Hatch in there, centers it right in front of the net, but it's picked up on the defense, and finally it's dumped down the ice. It's going to trickle right in on Meacham from what? How many feet was that, Coach?
192.
There you go. And back comes Massena the other way. Here's Tubolino, off wing. Gets by one, has the puck knocked away, stays with it though, keeps it in the zone. Puck bounces over on the other side. Little Red will pick it up, try to clear the zone, kept in by Siddon. Here's Siddon. Siddon gets a shot off, fires it behind the net, goes around on the other side. Hatch takes a whack at it. Here's Hatch trying to center it. Here's Tubolino, fires it, knocked down in front. Wood battles for it, can't come up with it. Here's Wood in the circle, centers it, knocked away, and it's clear to the blue line out to center ice. Here comes Ithaca. Finally into the Massena zone, and it's knocked away. Siddon flips it ahead to the blue line, not out of the zone. Here's a shot knocked down by Siddon. Siddon skates it ahead, trying to flip it to the wing. The puck knocked away. Little Red back the other way. Here's Karen's shot, knocked down. Bounces right in front, and it's picked up by Siddon. Siddon rips it around the boards to the blue line, not out of the zone. Dump back into the corner. In behind the net it goes. Centering pass right across the goal mouth, but Job comes up with it. He's going to come back the other way. Matt Job shifts it across the blue line. Poke checked away. Raiders changing. Here comes Ithaca back the other way, but they lost it off the end of their stick, and Horan gathers it in. Here's Kevin Horan moving it around. Flips it to the blue line. Ramo gets checked. The puck squirts free. And I'm going to run out of breath here pretty quickly. Now the puck in center ice, and finally we get a whistle. I think it touched a player on the Massena bench.
2:59.
Wow.
2:59 left in the period. Regardless of what the outcome is, Jerry, we still have a period and 2:59 left, but I'm really impressed by the effort put forth by Massena here, and full credit to the coaching staff, because these kids were down, had their heads hanging pretty low after being shellacked last night, and they've come out against the sixth ranked team in the state and put on a performance here these first two periods. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Off the faceoff, puck goes in behind the Massena net. After it is Aaron Leduc. Van Netterine and Leduc go together. The puck squirts free. In behind, there's a battle for it. Side of the net. Back to the point they go. Here's a shot, save made, and a good one by Meacham right through traffic. Headman back the other way. DeLille has it knocked away. Michaud follows it up. Dumps it in the corner. DeLille right back to Michaud. Michaud's shot goes in behind the net. Ramo after it. Takes it free in front. Trying to center it. Who's got it? It's DeLille. His shot right on. The save made by Zanella. Puck in the corner. DeLille digging it again. Takes a check in behind. The puck bounces free. Here comes Michaud trying to go to the point. Couldn't get it to him. And back comes Ithaca the other way. Into the Massena zone. Poke checked away. And a nice play made by Leduc as he lost his edge. Raiders back the other way. Here comes DeLille racing for it. Is he going to get there? He's not going to, as the Ithaca defenseman gets back all in time. And the puck dumped down the ice. Why wasn't that icing? They wave it off for some reason. Raiders pick it up. Colin Lazaire. Lazaire's headman knocked away. Out to the neutral zone. Bounces to the red line. They battle for it there. Catanzarite and Whitcup. Whitcup's got it in the corner. Here's Whitcup centering in fat. The shot by Levine doesn't get through. Back to the blue line. Here comes Ithaca out to center ice, and it's Lazaire intercepting. He'll dump to an open wing in the neutral zone. Dump back in the corner. Meacham makes a save. He'll flip it ahead himself to Catanzarite. Adam starts down the right wing side. Still 1-0 Ithaca. Adam flipping in the corner. Back after it is the defenseman. He gets tied up. The puck bounces free to the blue line. Not out of the zone. Levine is there. He kicks it ahead. Knocked away. Toth can't keep it in. It's going to go down the ice into the Massena zone and dies in the corner. Picked up by Colin Lazaire. Lazaire looking for Whitcup. Whitcup to Levine, knocked away. The puck bounces back in the zone. Toth with it, flips it ahead, just crawls across the blue line. Picked up by Whitcup. He waved at it, couldn't come up with it. 55 seconds left. Puck stolen away by Levine. Looks up ice, goes off a leg. The puck bounces free along the boards. There's a battle for it, and it's Ithaca into the zone. They dump it in the corner. Raiders have been out too long on this shift. The puck bouncing into the free. They need a whistle. Lazaire flips it around the boards. Levine gathers it. Takes it in behind the net again to Lazaire. He'll try the other side. Lazaire will flip it. Goes to Toth. Toth just moves it ahead. Has it knocked away. And it's in the circle. Finally picked up by Wood. And Wood breaks out of the zone 1-on-5, and he'll just dump it and go after it himself in the corner. 18 seconds left in the second period. Bouncing in behind. Wood's got the puck. He gets knocked down. Gets it back to the blue line. Siddon, can he get a piece of it? No, he gets tied up along the boards. It just trickles by him out to center ice. 7 seconds left. Here's Kevin Horan with it. Horan flips it ahead to Tubolino. He gets knocked down as the buzzer sounds. What an excellent period of high school hockey.
And I think that was, according to my recollection, about 3 minutes and 57 seconds of sustained action. Jim and the Raiders defending the far end, the north end.
Yep, and we're not going to see Converse this period either, apparently, because Tubolino's out there on the wing. Off the draw, the puck goes back into the Massena zone, and it's picked up by Siddon off the goaltender Meacham. Flips it around the boards to Job. Job gets his stick tied up, and the puck is dumped back in behind. Here's Kevin Horan. He'll rip it around at Tubolino. Tubolino kind of bounces it, not out of the zone, and Tubolino now comes up with it, flips it ahead. It's knocked away, comes to Sidden. Sidden takes it in behind, can't find the puck. It goes bouncing in front. Here's Karen, shot, save made, and it may not have gotten through, I'm not sure, but Meacham is going to cover up. Matt Karen had the puck in the slot all by himself, and somehow either Wood blocked it or Meacham got a piece of it.
I think Meacham got a piece of it.
I do too.
But a big turnover down low. The Raider defenseman turned it over down low to the right of Meacham, and Ithaca jumped on it, threw it right out in the slot, and a quick shot, but Matt Meacham, again, coming up with a big save.
Face-off will be right side. It's going to be Ryan Ramo out there to take the draw against Sylvester. And here we go, off the face-off. The puck comes to Nick Toth. Toth will take it out right side. Toth now skates it out to center ice to the red line, dumps it. It's going to bounce in, and Zanella kind of lost it off the end of his glove. Comes in behind the net, DeLille. Can't come up with it. Bounces to the blue line, out to center ice, Paul Sylvester. Sylvester's got a man breaking, and Carey feeds him. It goes wide. Nobody could get a piece of it, and here comes Ramo. Ramo takes a step by, and the puck bounces right into the official, and back the other way it goes. Here comes Okama. Takes it across. He gets knocked down. Here's a shot. Sylvester. Save made. Meacham. In behind the net it goes. Ramo after it. Ramo gets tied up, trying to flip it along the boards. It comes bouncing right across the goal mouth into the corner. Michaud after it. Aaron circles. Here's Michaud. He'll start it out. Bounces it. It goes to DeLille. DeLille kicks it across the blue line. Picked up there by Berkeley. Right back the other way. Raiders on a line change. Here comes Sylvester in on the off wing. Backhand right around the zone. And it'll go back to the blue line. Not out to the center ice, though, as it'll come back in to Whitcup. Almost lost it in front of his net to Catanzarite. Back out to center ice. Wes Emerson dumps it right back in the zone. In behind the net it goes. Ike Bogosian. Bogosian has it knocked away. Horan will pick it up. He'll take it around the other side, looking for Ike Bogosian. Bogosian taking it out right side. Flips it, doesn't clear the zone. Kept in at the point. Here's the shot. Meacham makes a save, and the puck goes into the corner. In behind the net to the blue line. They don't clear the zone. Raiders trying to get it out of there. Ithaca trying to keep it in. Raiders lose it in front. Here's the shot and open net. They score a goal. That's Karen, making it 2-0. The Raiders again with 2 or 3 chances to clear the zone. Couldn't do it. Karen gets it in front of the net wide open, and it's 2-0.
Again, the opportunities to clear the zone, they had it and didn't. Got running around a little bit just prior to that. Abdulki had a great opportunity. Meacham just made a big save, but that time the puck along the boards on the right side, Raiders turned it over, and again, focused everything on the right side. They threw it across to Karen on the left side, and he had no problem slipping it by underneath. Matt Meacham, who was out of the net, tried to reach back with a stick, but Karen tucked it in the open side.
Off the face-off, here's Job into the Ithaca zone right in front. It goes back to the point. Sidden's shot. He hit it up over the net. Goes to the other point. Kept in the zone. In behind the net goes to Wood. Wood circles. Looks. Backhand right on. Save made. Rebound. Job whacks at it. And it comes to Tubolino. Back to the point. Jeremy Sidden winds up his shot. Right on. The save made. The puck to the other point. Kept in by Colin Lazare. Job flips the puck around the boards. It goes to Tubolino. Throws a check. Back to the blue line. Wood. His shot is blocked. Comes back to the other side. Kept in again by Lazare. He'll flip it in the corner. Bouncing puck along the boards, and finally it's going to be iced by the Little Red of Ithaca to take the pressure off. And again, Raiders with opportunities, and they just can't finish it.
A couple of good opportunities, but Dave Zanello hasn't been tested a lot, but he was able. I thought Matt Job was going to sneak it in, and it's right down below us. We have a perfect view. It came from the right side to the left. Zellen made the save, but the puck laid right on the crease, and I thought Job was able to tuck it in that short side, but somehow Zanella got the toe across there. That goal, the second goal for the Ithaca club, Karen at the...
Here's the Schrader shot, save made right on Michaud's shot. And it's Okama moving it out, back to the blue line. Michaud flips it in the zone, picked up by DiStefano to the Massena line. Nick Toth circles back, had nowhere to go. He'll flip it over on the other side. Here is Kevin Horan. Horan flips it ahead on the wing. Here comes Ramo. Ramo has it tied up. Flips it. Michaud in behind the net to DeLille. DeLille back to Michaud in the corner. Centering pass. Back to the point. Here's Toth. Winds up. His shot is blocked. Comes into the corner. Michaud in the circle. His shot knocked away. Goes back to the point again. Horan keeps it in. Flips it in the corner again on the off wing. DeLille after it. Here's DeLille looking, go to Ramo. Ramo back to the point. Toth just flips it in the corner. In behind the net it goes. Here's Michaud. Michaud has it knocked away. DeLille to Michaud. Circles. He's got room. Goes back to the point. Nick Toth winds up his shot through traffic. The rebound in front. Nobody can come up with it. And back, finally, it's Sylvester dumping it to the Massena line. Into the zone it goes. Here's an opportunity for Okuma. Centering pass, they score a goal. Nice pass by Okuma as he flipped it to Sylvester, and he beats Michaud to make it 3-0. After the Raiders dominate play, can't score, Ithaca comes down, makes it 3-0.
You know, the old saying, if I didn't have bad luck, wouldn't have any luck at all, and that was a perfect example right there. The Raider defenseman with the puck just inside his old blue line, lost his edge, fell down, and it was Okamo picked it up and knocked it across the left side. Then he went to the net with that, and of course the Raider defense was still down, and the guy on the left side, I'll get his number later, but slid it back across to Okama, and he just tipped it in the open side. But if the Massena defenseman doesn't lose his edge, oh well.
3-0 in favor of Ithaca with 10:53 left in the period. And the puck bounces inside the Massena zone. Raiders' Jeremy Sidden picks it up in behind the net. Sidden circles. Here comes Sidden out of his own end, left side of the goalie. He banks it off the boards, trying to go to Job. It's intercepted by Van Netterine. Picked up there by the Raiders, back the other way. Here's Converse back out there. That's good news. Chris Converse in behind the net. Flips it around into the corner. Knocked away. Abdulki trying to move it ahead. Pinching in his Wood to keep it in. He'll kick it free. In behind the net. Job after it. Throws a check. Comes to Wood. Skates away. We got a penalty on Ithaca for holding.
One thing the Raiders are doing this period, their defense are staying on the line, on that offensive blue line a little longer, especially the strong side defensemen. I thought through the first two periods they were giving up the blue line too soon, Jerry, when they lost that opportunity to keep it in. But evidently the coaching staff has instructed them, so they're staying right up on that line, and that was instrumental in that last series where they put a lot of pressure on
Dalkey picks up the holding call. Let's see if the Raiders can have a full power play.
Let's see here, and those last two goals have maybe taken a little bit of the steam out, but again, good clubs take advantage of the opportunities presented them, and Ithaca is a good club, and they certainly took advantage of those two mistakes by the Raiders.
Off the face-off, controlled by Ithaca. Puck in behind the net. Emerson loses to Whitcup. Whitcup back to the circle to Wood. It goes to the point. Here is Nick Toth. Nick goes to the 45. Michaud shot blocked. And the puck comes down. That was Zanella making the block. Here comes Karen. Got to watch this guy. His shot from center ice. Meacham makes the save. Puck comes in behind the net to Nick Toth. Toth will skate it right down the middle, out to center ice. Headman pass across the blue line. In the corner is Whitcup. Robbie in behind the net, checked. The puck bounces free to Converse. Converse in the corner, left side of the goalie. Converse out by the blue line. Flips it, intercepted, and flipped out to center ice. And down the ice it goes. And again, Meacham will have to make a stop. We're down to 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Nick Toth with it. Skates it ahead. Takes it by one. Here's Toth right across the blue line. He's got room. Drops it back to the point. Michaud, rather. He gets tied up. Bouncing to Whitcup. Whitcup centering pass in front. Shot. Rebound. Side of the net. They bang at it, and Zanella has it. Oh, my goodness. Raiders with just a golden opportunity there. Zanella made the save, left the puck sitting in front, and nobody could get a stick on it.
I think that was Ryan Ramo, if I'm not mistaken, as Whitcup dug the puck out of the corner to the left of Zanella and put it right in the slot, and Ryan Ramo coming through there just kind of fanned on it. He had a golden opportunity, had Zanella down and out of position, but he just couldn't get the lumber to it. That third Ithaca goal coming at the 4:07 mark. Sylvester gets the goal. Okama picking up the assist. So 2 goals in under 2 minutes for the Little Red to make that mountain a little higher.
That definitely hurt, especially since Massena was pretty much controlling play.
They were. Two mistakes, one that had opportunity to clear the zone, no pressure, they turned it over, Ithaca scored, and again when the Raider defenseman fell down just inside his blue line.
Off the face-off, the puck comes in the corner. Comes to the 45. Raiders pinch in. Good job by Sidden. Raiders control. Cross-ice pass goes to Ramo. He lost his edge. Puck goes along the boards. It's cleared down the ice in the Massena zone. That'll about take care of the power play. But again, Raiders generated some chances and control the puck pretty well on that power play. Here comes Sidden. Sidden has it knocked away. A little bit of traffic in front of the penalty box. Now the puck back into the Ithaca zone. Here's the shot right on, and the save made as Levine took the shot on Zanella. And we're going to have matching minors as Ramo was mixing it up with, who's that going to be? Okama. The number 7s will be going off.
Pair of 7s going to the sin bin, and just prior to that, Jeremy Sidden and number 22, Steele Carey. They were like entwined, hooked up. They were doing cartwheels out there in that neutral zone.
So 4-on-4 plus the goaltenders, and we're down to 8.5 left in the third period. The Little Red holding a 3-0 lead over the Massena Red Raiders on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Again, we'll mention again a couple of Clarkson tickets for this afternoon's game. Clarkson and Princeton, which is an hour away, free of charge. Just stop down at Coach's Corner. If they haven't already given them away, you can have them.
Yeah, as I said, you can't beat the price.
And if they have, well, have a bite to eat and a bit of refreshment.
And hang around for the Mutt Band, because those guys, I had an opportunity to catch them this summer. They're outstanding.
Yeah, they are good, aren't they?
Oh, super.
Wood will take the face-off. Off the draw, he wins it back to the point, D to D. Here's Sidden winding up his shot. Ooh, didn't miss by much. Goaltender had no idea where it was either. Now the puck in behind. Wood with it again. Wood flips it, has it knocked away. The puck comes around the board. Sidden pinching in. Can't control, but Wood back at the point, took his position. Winds it up. The shot. Ooh, that hits Converse, I think, in the head. The puck goes in the corner, and the bouncing puck to the blue line. Sidden, can he keep it in? He can't. And now it's dumped right back into the Ithaca bench, and we'll have a face-off with 8 minutes even remaining in a 3-0 Ithaca lead on the Tom Post State Farm Insurance scoreboard.
That's why you wear helmets out there and masks. Hockey is a very physical sport, but I'll tell you, Chris Converse jostling position in front of the net of Zanella, tied up by a defenseman. The shot came from the point, and he had his hands. He couldn't raise his hands to protect himself, and it hit him right on the helmet.
Face-off along the red line, off the draw. Puck controlled by the Raiders again. Whitcup gets by one, gets hauled down. Where's the penalty? The Ithaca Little Red are going to ice the puck, and it'll come back into Ithaca zone on the icing.
You know, I'm not, they missed one that time. These officials down here have done an excellent job in 2 days, and that time Robbie Whitcup just bowled his way through, and the Ithaca player just pulled his skates right out from under him. And again, Nick Toth, this question, I know what he's asking. Like, ref, what about that?
And the ref is shaking his head.
Yeah,
I don't know why he's saying no.
He blew that one.
Karen and Michaud. Off the face-off, Michaud wins it to the point. Toth shot, ooh, just missed by an inch. Back to the other point. Lazaire winds up his shot, deflected in front, and Whitcup gets knocked down. The puck comes to the blue line, kept in there, and Emerson moves it ahead. Out to center out. Moore will dump into the Massena zone. Meacham will stick it in behind the net, rips it around the boards, in fact. And where's the puck? In the corner. They battle for it there. It comes free. And now it goes the other way. They don't call that one either, so I guess we're even. Here comes Nick Toth, and he lost it, but flips it ahead anyway to Michaud. He gets tied up nicely by the defenseman. Vos did a good job. It comes back to the point, picked up there and into the corner, and then off a skate as Lazaire tried to move it ahead to Michaud. Now it's Sidden, flips it, and it's gloved by Zanella, and he'll leave it for his defenseman, Wes Emerson. Moves it, not out of the zone, kept in by Sidden. Sidden centering pass right in front, and it's intercepted by the Little Red, Vos. He'll take it, and we got a long headman pass, home run type pass, but it didn't work. And now it's Emerson. Emerson skates across the blue line. We got a offsides, I believe. Or is he pointing for an interference call is what he's pointing for. And I do believe it's going to be an obstruction interference against Ithaca.
And the Raiders' opportunity to get back in here. Yes, it is. After he missed that other one. But I'll tell you, Massena's gone close to 84 minutes, Jerry, without denting the twine. And they desperately need a goal. If they, just for their own confidence, they need one right here. But I don't want to say it too many times, repeat myself, but they deserved a better fate than being down 3-0 in this game.
That's for sure. That is for sure. They gave up the goal, 2 men down. That's going to happen. And then the 2 in this period have been just a little mistake and then a bad break. Off the faceoff, Raiders on the power play. And they battle it, and finally it's picked up there by Huckle. Takes it across, gets upended, and the puck squirts in behind the net. Picked up there by Massena's defenseman, Nick Toth. He'll skate it out of the zone. Headman, Ramo takes it right side, drop pass to Job. Job centering, go in behind the net to Ramo. Ramo takes it into the corner now, looks back to the point, right back into Ramo in the circle, winds up his shot, blocked in behind. Rebound, oh, big chance for Job, and he just didn't get enough on it. Now the puck around the boards to Job at the 45. Steps by the check, takes it in the corner, steps to Foster. Here's Foster, wraps it around the shot. Here's a chance in front. They battle for it. It's in the net! And I think they're going to call it off. Oh, terrible call.
Andrew Foster getting robbed. Oh, boy.
That puck was free, and the whistle blew. Why, I don't know.
It blew after the puck was in the net, I'll tell you.
Oh, boy, that's just an awful, awful call.
Yeah, we're just trying so much, but the Raiders, just prior to that, Matt Job, Ryan Ramo took the shot from the left side and hit the dasher behind, came right out to Job on the other side, and he almost banked it off of Zanella. But that time, Andrew Foster, the Raiders, it came in front, and Foster and 2 or 3 other Raiders went in there digging, and no question, the puck was in the net, and before the whistle blew, but no way, it's going to wave it off.
And again, the luck just does not.
Didn't have the bad luck. No luck at all.
Oh, boy, I'll tell you.
That's they got a goal yesterday that was called back too.
Exactly the same reason for quick whistle.
And again, these officials have done an excellent job. But boy, that's at a crucial time and he was right. The official was right in position and. You and I could see it again, and he's got a better spot than we are. He's a lot closer than we are, but tough break. 5:59 left in the third period. Ithaca up 3-0.
Matt Karen will take the face-off against Robbie Whitcup off the draw in the corner. Raiders still with 45 seconds of power play. Whitcup back out by the blue line. Has it knocked away, but stays with it. Now it's Tolan and out to center ice. Michaud back after it. He dumps it in the zone. Raiders will try to go into the corner after it, but they're not going to get there. It's picked up by Vos. He'll flip it to the blue line. Oh, not in the point. And back in the corner it goes. Massena zone back after it. And Moore and Toth, and the puck squirts free in the corner. Now it's Karen with it, moving it along the boards, and he still got it. Here's Karen. Oh, nice move. Backhand, just fired it wide. Karen made a great move that time.
He's
now
a magician.
Comes back to the blue line. He's got the puck. There he did it again. Here's the shot, and it's blocked in front, and it goes into the corner. Oh, boy. He just shows you the puck and takes it away. And now the Raiders back the other way into the zone. Here's Converse. Converse in the corner. Had it knocked away. Picked up there by Emerson. Emerson is going to ice the puck. And that'll be a whistle, and the Raiders will have a face-off with 4:55 left in third period. 3-0 Raiders lead, or Ithaca leads.
We mentioned earlier the Raiders not back in action until next Friday night when they'll be taking on Seton Catholic, I do believe.
That's right, in the second game of the Massena Tournament. And the other teams involved will be St. Joseph's and Canton.
And it's not a win-lose situation.
No.
Massena will be playing Seton and St. Joseph's.
That's correct. Here's a shot right across the goal mouth by Ramo. The puck picked up there by Brian Horn. Horn takes it to the blue line, not out of the zone, kept in there by the Raiders. The Raiders haven't stopped trying, that's for sure. Puck around the boards on the other side. Check thrown. It comes to Catanzari. He whacks it in the corner, knocked away, and now they battle for it. Sidden has it knocked away. Puck around on the other side. Levine trying to pinch in, throws a check, comes back to the blue line, kept in the zone. Levine after it. Levine gets tied up. Ramo battling for it. Where is it? Just to the blue line and still in the zone. Here comes Horan. Nice pass in front. Catanzari shot. Big save by Zanella. And what a job by Massena to keep that puck in the zone.
Excellent job. Catanzari back to Horn, and just a big save by Zanella. Maybe his finest of the night. Really looked sharp. I thought that one was labeled for the top right-hand corner, but he got that big right arm out there in the blocker. Big save.
3-0 the score in favor of Ithaca. 4:16 left on the Tompo State Farm Insurance scoreboard as the Raiders got to get one here pretty quick, get back in this game.
And they're looking at double goose eggs if they don't get at least one.
Off the face-off, Whitcup wins the draw, back to the point. Here's the shot. We got another penalty on who? A hooking call.
Against Ithaca, I do believe.
It's going to go against Berkeley.
Looks like number 3. Is that Berkeley? Yeah, Lauren Berkeley. Looks like he's the guilty party, heading to the penalty box. And the Raiders, again, getting a few breaks here.
Questionable call.
Questionable call. It might be too little too late.
Yeah,
4:11 left. But stranger things have happened, but they got to get that first one, and they just can't.
I'll tell you, and they've had all kinds of opportunities. They've been all around the net all day, and they just can't finish it.
Okay, it's Ryan Ramo, Andrew Foster, and Matt Job up front, and Nick Toth and Kevin Horn on the point for the Raiders.
They called it against number 11. Who's number 11?
11, that's Aaron Levy.
I don't think he was even out there.
No.
I think they got the wrong number. I think that was Berkeley.
Yeah.
Off the face-off, puck in the corner. Foster with it. Flips it around the boards for Ramo. Ramo gets tied up, can't come up with it, but kept in at the point. Horan goes to Foster. Foster takes it in front. Stick handles back to the point. Here's a drive glove save by Zanella with Horan right in front of the net.
Andrew Foster just kind of wrapping his stick on the ice, knowing that he wanted to walk out in front. He lost his edge. He had an opening, and he just kind of lost his edge. But presence of mind, he, instead of trying to jam it in there, he brought it back to Kevin Horn at the left point. Kevin didn't get a lot on it.
Off the face-off again. Puck goes in the corner. Goes to Vos. Flips it around the boards. Not out of the zone. Comes to Foster in the high slot. Foster will pass it. Here's Toth. Shot. Oh, just wide. Oh, boy, I'll tell you. Back to the point it goes again. Here is Horan. Horan winds up the shot. Saves Zanella. Nobody in front.
That's the thing. Good hard shot, 55-footer, but again, no one in there screening Zanella, and he just picked that one like you're picking cherries with that left hand. But Raiders, good puck control down low, moving it around and using the points. But again, they got a screen.
Face off again, right side. Okama against Ramo. The two number 7s off the draw. This time one, but well, Joe barging his way in and takes it away. Flips it to Foster in the corner. Good job. Foster around on the other side to Ramo. Ramo back to the point to Horan. Horan to the other point. Here's Toth. Toth back to Horan. Horan fakes it. Goes to Ramo. Back to Horan. There's another penalty. And the shot, there's a penalty on Ithaca. The puck comes to Ramo. Raiders get the goalie off. Here comes Massena with the extra attacker. They've got the extra attacker, and Toth tried to flip it to Joe, but it's blocked. And now the Raiders will have two-man advantage for 26 seconds.
Two-man advantage, 26 seconds, but the clock, the big enemy, 3:07 left in the game. But again, Massena, excellent puck control, throwing it around and using the points, and exciting action if they...
It's Emerson getting the call for cross-checking. So the Raiders with a two-man advantage for 26 seconds. And
that's what happens when you put pressure on like that. You force the opposition to make those, take those penalties or get caught in that situation. But it's good offensive thrust. Again, that power play line of Foster, Ramo, and Job up front with Horn and Toth on the point.
There's the timeout. I knew that was coming. So Massena calls a timeout, or is that?
I think it was Ithaca called it. Yeah,
okay.
And. The Massena players want to make sure that it was Ithaca that called the timeout. Rich Armstrong making the call and probably saying to his club, listen, this game 3-0, it's not over, so don't start taking foolish penalties and running around.
I've said it before, they deserve a better fate than this.
Yeah, they, they do. They gave up, again, the two-man power play goal that Ithaca scored late in that first period, and two mistakes here in this third period. But again, good teams take advantage of that, and Ithaca's a good club. They're not the club they were last year, but Raiders in that second goal had 2 or 3 opportunities to clear the zone and just couldn't. And on the third one, the Raider defenseman's got possession of the puck inside. He's making the transition from defense to offense, and he just lost his edge, and he fell right on his belly almost. The puck laid there. The Ithaca player picked it up, threw it across the ice to his winger, and then went to the net without the puck and got a return pass, and bingo.
3:07 left in regulation. 3-0 Ithaca lead. But a two-man advantage for Massena. And the Raiders, like you say, have gone through the weekend without scoring a goal, and they would like to come out of here with at least one.
And the key to this whole segment right here, Jerry, is they got to win the draw. If they win the draw, get possession, but let's see. But I guess looks like the same coming out. We got a number of Aaron Michaud's coming out, replacing Matt Job, and it's...
I think he's going to take the draw, too.
Oh, Ramo out there along with Adam Wood up front. It's changing it. The points are still the same, Nick Toth and Kevin Horn.
Okay, it's going to be Van Netterine taking the draw off the face-off. Ithaca wins it, but they don't clear the zone. Raiders catch a break there. Here comes Massena skating in to Horan. He takes it back out again, looking to set it up. He'll go to Toth on the other side. Back to Horan. Horan goes to Wood. Wood skates in front. They pass it right in front. The shot. Goal! There, Aaron Michaud. And the Raiders break the shutout with a power play goal, and it is 3-1.
Again, good puck control. Even though Ithaca did win the draw, they failed to clear the zone, but Toth and Horn up top, moving it around, brought it down low to Adam Wood on that right side to the right of the Zanella, and he just threw it across the crease area, and Aaron Michaud parked off in his off wing, just one-timed it by Zanella, and the Raiders on the board and still with a power play.
So Michaud will pick up the goal, and Wood will pick up one assist. Kevin Horn, I think, was the defenseman who passed it to him.
Aaron Michaud is 6th of the year, and again, it's a small consolation, but they kind of question themselves, can we score? Well, they finally did there.
And they've got still a power play for a minute 11 to, who knows? Raiders trail by 2 now instead of 3. 3-1 the score. Raiders control it out to center ice, and they threw it away, but it's back again, Horan. Horan flips it ahead for Michaud. Michaud skates it across the blue line. Head of steam. Here's Michaud. Where's everybody else? Puck bounces back to the blue line. Comes to Michaud again. Trying to go back to Toth. It's blocked, but Whitcup steps in front of it. Has it knocked away. Can't come up with it. And it's flipped down the ice by Adam Moore. Stopped in behind. 2:13 left. Raiders trail 3-1. Back out of the zone. Here comes Massena. It's Kevin Horan. Takes it across. The blue line gets by 1, but he lost it off the end of his stick. But Whitcup keeps it in. Here's Whitcup with it. In behind, centering pass in front. Nobody can get a shot off, and the puck is dumped down the ice again. And that one had us both on our feet, Coach.
Oh, it did. Good defensive play by Brett Huckle.
Now the puck comes free. Raiders control. Michaud takes it across. No, that's Wood. Excuse me, Wood. Wood takes it right across the middle. Here Wood now back out by the blue line. He'll dump it around the boards for Michaud. Here's Michaud. Michaud gets tied up, trying to drop it to Wood. Here's Adam Wood, looks to wrap it around, skates it in front, goes to the point, has it knocked away, and it pokes it free. Michaud, we're down to the penalty over. Puck comes right back to the point. Jeremy Sidden winds up. His shot through traffic, missed by a little bit. Comes to Michaud. Michaud keeps it in. Whitcup pokes it by the defenseman. Here's Whitcup trying to center it, goes off a leg. Whitcup with it, drops it to Michaud. Michaud in behind, gets it back again to Whitcup at the 45. Whitcup goes back to the point. Here's Nick Toth, his shot right on, save made, and Zanella will hold on with 1:01 left in the third period and a 3-1 Ithaca lead.
And Coach Latham electing not to pull his goaltender, but I'll tell you, they couldn't have put much more pressure on with 6 attackers than they did with 5. I'll tell you, all over the Ithaca end, and a couple of good opportunities. Adam Wood for one, and get that one, and who knows?
That's right.
1:01
exactly
left
right.
in this hockey game. 3-1. That Raider goal coming at the 12:10 mark is 6th of the year. Aaron Michaud from Wood and Horn.
And now Massena will call their timeout with 1:01 left, and are they going to pull their goalie? Why not?
Well, I thought he might have, Coach Latham might have pulled him with that man advantage, but as I said, they were putting all kinds of pressure on, but I would suspect he's got to pull him here.
Sure, why not?
I guess definitely, whether you lose by 3 or lose by 2, but
if they could pop one here quickly, who knows? You're down by 1 then, and it's a 3-1 score. 1 minute, 1 second left to play in the third period as the Raiders finally get a goal and finally get a power play goal.
You took the words out of my mouth, the magic words, not only a goal, but a power play goal, and they have been very anemic on that power play this year, and it's got to be a confidence booster, and again, the Raiders coaching staff, they're going to be disappointed if they do lose, but the performance, the effort put forth by these youngsters here today, and it's been a short weekend for them in the sense they got in here late last night. They played the late game, probably didn't get back to the hotel till 10:30, 11 o'clock, and up early today to eat. And but they put on a performance here of heart and intestinal fortitude, and you can't ask anything more than that. W's and L's are, that's part of the thing. In high school sports, you just ask the youngsters, give it all you got.
That's right, and they certainly did today, Coach. There's no doubt about that, and very impressive performance here. Win, lose, or draw, you've got to be happy with what they have done here.
Exactly.
And, again, this has happened before this year. The Raiders have had bad games, and they've always been able to bounce back and put forth a good effort.
Well, that's great, and they've cranked it up offensively here in that third period. Again, the defense, especially strong side, they're staying up on that line a little bit more.
They're not pulling Meacham. I'm surprised.
I'm a little surprised by that myself.
Michaud will take the face-off, and he'll face it off against Paul Sylvester. Big, rangy forward, Sylvester. Here's the face-off. Off the draw, it goes back to the blue line. Nick Toth with it, trying to center it. Goes to Whitcup, back to the point. Here's a shot. Horan through traffic, deflected. They go to the side of the net with it. Whitcup couldn't come up with it. Wood centers it in front, and we have a whistle. What do we got? We got a penalty, and it's going to go against Ithaca. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
The Raiders did pull their goaltender.
Why they didn't on the face-off, I don't know.
I don't know. That was my next question. You got the face-off down here in the Ithaca end, and if you're going to pull them, don't pull them after the draw.
Although they did control the puck, but now the face-off will be in the Ithaca end, and the Raiders are going to pull their goaltender. They're going to have a man advantage. Now, the converse of this, of course, is the fact that Ithaca can dump now without an icing.
Yes, that's true, but you got to get a hold of the puck before you can dump it, right. And they haven't had it in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
And Massena's going to take the extra man. No problem with that. Whitcup is out there to take the face-off, and he'll face off against Sylvester again. We've got Wood out there, and Michaud and Ramo. Horan, Toth.
5 forwards.
Here's the face-off. Goes in right in front, and the goaltender's going to cover it up, Zanella.
What I was going to say, 5 attackers up to the top of the circle with just Nick Toth about halfway between the top of the circle and the blue line, so everybody up for the Raiders.
Okay, here we go again. Face-off right side. Whitcup will take the draw against Sylvester again. Here we go. The puck trickles off the face-off. Can we keep it in? Toth does. Flips it in the corner. Wood lets it go by. In behind the net for Whitcup. Whitcup back to the point. Kevin Horan. Horan skates. Goes to Whitcup. Whitcup shot. He fired it in behind the net. Goes back to Toth at the other point. He's got room. Skates it. Goes to the 45. Michaud back to Toth on the fly. Ooh, that shot hit off somebody's head. Now it goes to Michaud. Back to the slot. Whitcup shot deflected into the corner. And Ithaca doing a very good job here, keeping Massena wide. Back to Horan at the point. Winds up his shot. Ooh, deflected up over the net. Goes to Michaud. 8 seconds left. His shot deflected in front. Cleared into the corner to Michaud. 5 seconds left. It bounces in front. Raiders Wood. Can he get the shot off? He can't. The buzzer sounds, and the game is over.